Hey, good Friday evening, everyone. Thought I'd do kind of a pre-game show here. We're a few hours away from the precipitation getting going across the valley. If you haven't paid much attention to the weather over the last couple of days, you may be in for a little bit of a shock. We've got a winter storm heading our way for tonight and heading into the first half of the day tomorrow. Let's get right to it. Things are just fine this evening. Cloudy sky. It's chilly, that's for sure. It feels more like winter than April. But no problems getting around on 224 in Boardman or any of our other roadways over the next couple of hours. That'll change later on. Now, we're still well above freezing, and this is important because as precipitation pushes in around mid-evening, the lower layers of the atmosphere are going to be fairly mild, at least above freezing, so you might see some sort of mixing going on for a time. And you'll notice most of what's off to our west is green, and that means rain. First thing we're going to see this evening is either rain or a mixed bag for an hour or so before the atmosphere cools and this snow shower activity pushes in. And I think that transition will take place between roughly 10 o'clock and midnight tonight. So that's a look at the current radar. Now, we do have winter weather advisories out. These are issued by the National Weather Service for every county in our viewing area, expiring late in the afternoon on Saturday. Don't pay too much attention to the expiration times. The worst of the weather tomorrow will certainly be the morning, with rapid improvement as we get into the afternoon. All right, so let's talk about the timeline of things here. Again, some mixing or even just plain rain briefly mid-evening. Then, as we go deeper into the evening and the atmosphere cools, temperatures will drop, and you'll notice in the middle of the night, temperatures will be around 30 degrees. Now, this is interesting. Middle of the night tonight, it sort of depends on where you live. There might actually be several hour period where it's not doing much, especially south of 224. So if you live in Lisbon or Salineville or East Palestine, Calcutta, East Liverpool, Wellsville, you might have several hours tonight where it's hardly doing anything. You might be saying, hey, where's the snow? What's going on? So that's a possibility, mainly south of 224, but it'll be snowing just about all night in the northern half of our viewing area, Trumbull County, Mercer County, and most of Mahoning and Lawrence counties as well. And then even down in Columbiana County, right around daybreak tomorrow, it'll be snowing again. This is all going to rotate back in. So as you get up tomorrow morning, in most spots it's going to be snowing at a pretty decent clip with temperatures back in the upper 20s. Then by lunchtime, it tapers off to just flurries, and although you don't see much here, around mid-afternoon on Saturday, there could still be some random flurries flying around here and there. And temperatures basically won't move tomorrow. We'll drop down to 28 tonight and 30, 31. That's about it for a daytime high tomorrow. All right, here's the all-important snow map. Now, this is splitting hairs a little bit. I have a 5 to 7 area kind of carved out, roughly Akron to Kent, heading up towards some of the suburbs of Cleveland. Could someone get a little more than 5 in our viewing area? Yeah, especially north of I-80. But I think as a good average, most places will be a little lower than that. So I think a 3 to 5 average will do it for most of our viewing area. And you'll notice I do have carved out a somewhat lower area down here because of that long break that's possible in the middle of the night tonight down in Columbiana County. So Salineville, Calcutta, East Liverpool, maybe up to East Palestine. You're more in the 1 to 3 zone, whereas the rest of our general viewing area is somewhere between 3 and 5 inches. Certainly enough to shovel and break out the snow plows. A lot of impactful weather, and not only the snow, but we're talking about wind, which will gust as high as maybe 30 to 35 at times late tonight, tomorrow morning, causing the snow to blow around and causing the wind chills to be ugly. And temperatures, also a big story. Once the snow leaves and high pressure pays us a visit tomorrow night, the sky is going to clear. Clear sky, light winds, fresh snow on the ground. That's a recipe for a cold night. Record low of 16 is probably going to be broken tomorrow night. I have an official low of 12 in the forecast for tomorrow night. All right, so if you want to be out and about on Saturday, if you can wait, that is the way to do it. Because first thing in the morning, it's going to be no fun on the roads. By midday and afternoon, that strong April sun angle, even though the sun won't be out most of the time, it still has an influence. It still provides incoming solar radiation that will help to melt some of the snow. The road crews will catch up. Salt will work very effectively on the roads tomorrow. So the afternoon, everything should be mostly just damp. Now we're going to keep a close eye on Sunday afternoon. Don't think this is a big deal, but Sunday afternoon there could be a touch of snow and maybe some sleet pellets and maybe a brief period of freezing rain. That's Sunday afternoon. Again, probably not a big deal, but something that bears watching if you have travel plans Sunday afternoon and evening. All right, here's the list of top April snow events in Youngstown. You may remember 1987 or 2007. 2007 was more of a lake effect event that lasted a few days, and up at the airport they got about a foot worth of snow. Not going to see that this time, but we could get into the bottom of this list if we get more than 4 inches. So it can snow in April. It has snowed in April. It will snow in April once again. Wind chills tomorrow morning in the teens and probably not out of the teens all day because, again, gusty wind continuing into at least the first half of the afternoon. The wind chills tomorrow night won't be much different than the air temperature because the wind will diminish pretty much completely overnight tomorrow night into Sunday morning. Temperatures will be bad enough. Thankfully, there won't be much wind as you kick off your Sunday. All right, so quick recap, the bottom line, if you will. Snow gets underway late this evening. Worst of the weather for most of the area is overnight into early tomorrow. Now, if you live in the south of 224 especially, the middle of the night tonight for a few hours may not be that bad. You'll have worse weather around daybreak tomorrow. But for a lot of us, this is kind of an all-night and into tomorrow morning event. Watch for the snow to blow around tomorrow, and temperatures will resemble January and not April. I'm going to have much more in the way of updates on social media throughout the course of the evening. Twitter is the best. I know more of you are on Facebook than on Twitter, but Twitter is a great way to get weather information, and I even post the snow map and other stuff on my Instagram account, EricWFMJ, on Instagram. Full update coming up. We'll lead the show with weather tonight on 21 News at 11. I'll see you then.